going on with this news stream, and since we were talking about VOX, I'd like to stay at VOX for a minute because they also announced another edition of the Handwired series. Just gonna enter that. What is that? Oh, that's Guitar World. Okay. So our homage to the legendary 60s legacy, the new VOX AC Handwired series promises to be the ultimate recreation of the iconic guitar amps used by everyone from Brian May to the Beatles. The new collection is the result of a detailed study into vintage VOX AC30 and AC15 amps, with each entry aiming to deliver a sound that's as faithful to the original as possible, which leads us back to the Gibson topic of last week, where we were actually saying like, okay, but all the Handwired before that, you just guessed, you used some dices and were like, okay, that has to be the correct value, and now you're doing it for real. It kind of makes everything that was before that kind of like
obsolete.
Okay, kind of obsolete, exactly. Which is it's always the same with these topics. So now we figured it out. We're doing Handwired amps for like 10, 15 years, but now we figured it out. Now we really, this is like, and it doesn't, and we won't do another Handwired edition ever again. So,
except in 10 years when we come back with a new version where we've done it even better than the last time.
Oh shit.
It's kind of silly, but it's marketing talk. That's all of that is.
It definitely is marketing talk. To their credit, what I like, this time they were not only targeting like one or two of the AC series. Now they're doing it for all of them. So they're doing it for the AC4, the AC10, the 15, the 15X, and the 30X, and for the matching cabinet. So in this case, if you wanted to dive in the Handwired world of faithful recreations, you can pick your favorite. You're not stuck with either the 15 or the 4 or the or the whatever. Let's see. In terms of internal components, VOX has.
Yeah. Do they mention if they have the EF86?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that out. So in terms of internal components, VOX has curated a faithful assembly of tubes, with each unit coming equipped with ECC 83, 12AX7, and EL 84. Okay, that's the usual stuff.
Yeah.
And then ECC 81 and 87, so the lesser output versions of those. And then the GZ 34, which is the rectifier
tube. Yeah.
Exactly. But I don't see anything about the EF86.
So that means that they're making this a bit different than the custom series. The custom series don't have a rectifier tube, so it's solid state. So this brings it closer to the original. Now, my first thought that comes to mind is that they've done this like almost every 10 years. They come out with a new series of hand-wired amplifiers. So I think it was in the early 2000s. Don't quote me on the year. I'm thinking like 2003, something like that. They had was it the 50th anniversary? I think that's what that was. They came out with an edition, and apparently that amp is like the end-all be-all of the hand-wired that they came out with. Then they came out almost 10 years later with another, but those were made, instead of being made in Great Britain, they were made in China. So most of like the fawn look AC15s, AC30s, so on and so forth, they're hand-wired in China. Apparently they're really, really good. Super easy to service if there's any issue with the amps. Does it say if these are made in the UK or if they're made in China? Provenance?
I'm trying to find out. Yeah, I'm trying to find out where they're actually made, because it doesn't say that. Let's see. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't say where this comes from.
Okay. And that's the other thing too with them, is that they talk about faithful recreation. is I think it mentions the speakers that they have in here. So are we talking Fane? Is it?
That's they say. So it says like for speaker suggestions are used throughout the entire range. Each offering is loaded with either 1 or 2 greenback speakers, depending on its size. While the X iterations obviously come with the classic 12 Alnico Blue.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because they've been sticking with Celestions for ever now, but some of the original sometimes never had the same speakers in them. So you had Fane that was making them. You had Goodman's that were making speakers for them. So that's why I was wondering if they were going to go with one of the smaller boutique companies to make a speaker for them to kind of get them closer to like the original speakers that were used in some of the Vox amps. So yeah, if they're sticking to the traditional greenbacks and blues, that's okay. It gives us a reference point. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised because I would have thought they would have had like the EF86 as an option in there. Different speaker choices would have made it really cool. But I don't know. I'll have to see and give one a shot and see what I think about it.
Yeah, if you want that, you probably have to go with one of the boutique builders that make recreations of those amps. I remember there is a Morgan amp that actually has a 12AX7 and an EF86 channel. There's also a really cool boutique builder just around the corner from like 30 kilometers out of my hometown, Real Tone Amplifiers. And he also makes amazing recreations of Vox amps, and he also has like different inputs for like or you can switch between the EF86 preamp and the 12AX7 preamp.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah. So if you wanted that, and if you wanted to go into that direction, you could still go with one of the like known boutique builders.